Welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Valvrave the Liberator, Episode 4. Now, if you remember from last episode, we get to see LF escape. I loved it. That was probably my favorite part of the episode, was actually seeing LF escape the ARUS in general. And he puts up one hell of a fight, in my opinion, but moving on past that, we are taken to a little cutscene with Haruto and a senator from the ARUS. And this senator, okay, bear with me, he is a politician from the ARUS. And something is fishy when you send a politician to the front lines of any all-out frontal war between two different areas, right? That might just be me, but it's a fucking politician. Politicians have no right to be in the front lines of any war, in my opinion. But sorry, I digress. Again, Haruto is being congratulated by some random senator, and this senator convinces Haruto to side with him just to get the kids, all these students, out of the academy to a safe location and trying to transport them out of the colony in general. But you know that's bullshit. And guess what, Haruto? He bites and he agrees to it. Okay, Haruto, what do you know about this senator? Other than what you've seen on the news. Do you know what wars he's been in? What political stuff he's also into? Who does he support? No, you just say fucking yes. Moron. I know he seems nice and all, the senator, but you know what? Don't judge a book by its cover. Read the chapters first, and then, judge them. Don't just read the summary. It never works, trust me. But anyways, moving on past that, after we find out Haruto does in fact help the senator, blindly no less, we get to see an interesting ending to this episode with LF. I know, I was like, what the hell? We see LF catches up with Haruto, and LF wants to form an alliance or a contract with Haruto after everything they've been through? What? And again, that's where the episode ends. I don't have my final thought and rating in the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with the ARUS, and it looks like they're in Congress right now. They have a little council meeting going on, and again, this is the ARUS. It looks like their top brass are talking about Valvrave. That's right, they're talking about the mecha that Haruto was actually piloting, which was created by the JIOR. Don't forget about that, the JIOR did create that mecha. And again, they're putting it to a vote whether or not to take this mecha and use it against the Dorsia army. I'm like, what? Now, if the ARUS does obtain this mecha known as Valvrave, they're going to be in a total all-out war with the Dorsia army in general. I'm like, one mecha is going to decide the fate of a colony, or in this case, multiple colonies. Okay, this isn't Wing Zero from Gundam Wing. Come on. It ain't that special. No. And it's being piloted by a kid, and this is his first time piloting it, and you're going to rely on this mecha to go against the Dorsian army? The Dorsian army outnumbers the ARUS 10-1. How is one mecha going to do shit? But again, you know what? This is the ARUS's decision, and they vote randomly yes. Anonymous. I want to say anonymously, but we don't really know everyone that's been voting. But I'm sorry, I digress. Again, it's an outstanding yes, so the ARUS is going to take Valvrave from the JIOR, surprisingly. But again, that's where we open up with. Moving on past that, we're taking a little cutscene with LF, and he is still talking with Haruto about a revolution. And he's talking about the Dorsia in general. Now remember, LF is from the Dorsian army, or at least so we thought. Apparently he has a revolution in mind with Dorsia? What? Seriously, what is LF's beef with Dorsia? I thought he worked with Dorsia, or he was part of one of the schools from Dorsia. I really have no idea right now, but it is being leaked out from LF that he had a 5-year plan, and you know what? Haruto kind of set him back just a little bit, but it's still convenient enough for him to speed things up. And I thought this was definitely, worth mentioning. But man, poor timing, that's all I gotta say about that. Now, LF wants Haruto in general to use his connections with the senator to contact the president. Okay, I'll play ball. Why do you want Haruto to use his connections with the senator, which is a douchebag by the way, to contact the president, or get in contact with the president? What do you have in mind? It has something to do with the revolution, at least that's what you've been telling us, but what's the build-up? Why? Why do you want this revolution? Did you lose someone close to you? Did a country get obliterated that you belonged to or had a friend belong to? You just hate the bastards? Oh, we don't really know. Now, I thought this was definitely worth mentioning. As an incentive, LF, he's going to save the school as well as Shoko. Huh? Come on, Haruto. He said Shoko. He's going to save the kids. He's going to save Shoko, your girlfriend, or soon-to-be girlfriend. What do you say? Come on, Haruto. Haruto? No. Haruto says no, he sticks to his guns, and for once I have to agree with them. It sounds pretty decent. Yeah, stick to your guns, say no, and that's what he does. Now, LF prophesizes that Haruto will say yes eventually down along the lines, and does a little peace sign like this. And it's like, we'll meet again soon when this happens. I'm like, now, apparently Haruto thinks it's the peace sign, but that's not what LF really meant by that. I believe he meant by 2 or something like that. We really don't know, but I'll get into it later on. Still, you know, LF prophesizes that Haruto will say yes eventually. We'll see about that. I mean, I'm curious. And we are taking to a little cutscene with the Senator, and he's taking Valvrave. Yeah, that giant mecha that Haruto was actually piloting. Yeah, the Senator, he orders his men to take Valvrave. Now, we get to see a pilot enter the Valvrave itself, the mecha, and he dies. So this mecha is not letting anyone else pilot it, and I like that. That's a good feature in my opinion. More mechas and Gundams should have that kind of those features in general. They're pretty good features. You get in my car, you know, bam, you're dead. That's the kind of feature I'm talking about. It's like, this car's not starting, or this mecha ain't moving. Bam, you're dead. Sorry, just had to go there. I had to go there. Just a little bit. Sorry, I digress. Moving on past that, we do find out the Senator is not having any luck with moving the Valvrave in general. So sad, too bad. But moving on past that, yeah, Dorsia, the army that's outside in outer space, they're not waiting for you, man. In fact, the Dorsian army is now attacking. Yeah, they're not sitting by, they're not waiting. They're sending their second wave in, and it's freaking amazing. And the Senator is literally pissing his pants. My words, not his. But he does look like he's literally pissing his pants. He's scared as hell. Like, whoa, what are they doing? We got kids in here, we got all this, we got the Valvrave in here. What the hell is going on? I loved it. The build-up was definitely there. I'm like, wow, this Senator is one piece of work. He's pussying out. He's in the front lines, and now you definitely know his intentions wasn't to save anyone. It was to fucking steal the mecha. And the Senator is going to leave the students behind. That's his plan. So the Senator, he's going to take the mecha, run, and leave the kids behind. What the hell? He takes Haruto with him. So he's got the mecha, he's got the kid, he's leaving the other kids. Oh, what a damn bastard. Glad I didn't vote for him for whatever position he's in. Oh, that's right, he's a senator. I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention because I don't fucking care. Sorry, that's just my hypocrite side jumping out there. But anyways, Shoko, she intercepts the transmission that the senator was kind of sending out. So now Shoko knows everything about what the senator has been planning and is up to. I love those kind of leaks, little leak of information there. It was to the right character, but it was perfectly timed. That's why I loved it. But bear with me, I'm being very sarcastic. But moving on past that, we are taking to a little cutscene with Shoko, and she attempts to convince the student council about what she intercepted from, the senator, about the ARUS and how they're pulling out, and, end result being the student council doesn't believe her, so it's a no-go. Or so we think. I mean, I kind of thought they weren't going to believe her. No, I assumed they weren't going to believe her to begin with. I mean, it sounds kind of rash. A little rash in my opinion. But you know what? Shoko starts to strip. I was like, yeah, you saw me smile like, wait, she's stripping? Whoa. This ain't HBO, this ain't Cinemax. What the fuck? Yeah, Shoko, she starts stripping down to prove that she's telling the truth. And apparently she would never do this if she wasn't telling the truth. And before she can take it all off, yeah, they stop her and they believe her. The student council believes Shoko was actually telling the truth. And they're ready to support her. I'm like, wow, that's all it took, just to strip. Who would have thunk? Now, moving on past that, we find out the student council will create a diversion outside in front of the ARUS, while Shoko and a few of her friends go inside of another building to find proof that the senator was lying to them. Now, the student council basically is just going to sing. Okay. You had something planned. I mean, that was well worth it. Now, moving on past that, we take to a little cutscene with Shoko and her friends who have entered the building next door. They run into Haruto, unconventionally, may I add. They just fall from the roof. Well, not the roof. They fall from a little, I don't know how to describe, it's like a little ventilation shaft. And they fall to the ground, and apparently one of Shoko's friends now has the gun that belonged to one of the guards. And it's priceless. It's a perfect setup, but it's priceless in my opinion. And Shoko, regardless, she saves Haruto. He's now untied, and he's free. He goes outside, and he tells the crowd, yeah, the senator, he's lying. Come on, kids, snap out of it. He's lying. Don't believe this guy. I'm your hero. Believe me. I'm like, hey, I love where this was going. I really did, but it's the senator. He's got men with guns, and he's got your big damn mecha under his control. Not piloting it, of course, but what the fuck are you gonna do, kids? Yeah, the senator's cover has been blown. So he does a Moses dialogue saying he's gonna part the seas. I'm like, what the fuck? You did a Moses dialogue just when your cover's been blown? Goddamn prick. Oh, it gets better. He pulls a fucking gun on a kid. Yeah, you remember Yamada, that bully? Yeah, Yamada goes right in front of the senator's vehicle, the armored car vehicle, whatever you want to call it, and is trying to stop him. And the senator pulls a fucking gun on him and shoots him. Yeah, this isn't censored. We see the kid getting shot right through the shoulder. Holy shit. Rambo has entered the building, and you shot a kid. What? You don't do that to a kid. What kind of politician shoots a kid? Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, now I get it. Come on, I thought it was kind of funny, but in a more mature way, of course. I wasn't laughing heartily, but you shot a kid. You shot a kid. Now, Haruto doesn't stand for this, so he takes the mecha back. Before we get to see Haruto take the mecha back, he does a body transfer into one of the guards, one of the military guards that belong to the ARUS, and the guard shoots the other guard, so on and so forth, and eventually Haruto does take over Valvrave yet again. I thought this was definitely worth mentioning, but it gets better. You sitting down for this? Yeah, Haruto, he goes after the senator, and now Haruto has the senator as a hostage as well as all the guards that are with him. I was like, wait a minute, so the rat doesn't get to escape? The senator gets caught? And he's being held as a hostage? Hey, this gets better and better. I'm like, okay. Hey, I love where this is going. But you know what? LF also appears, and LF is pointing out to everyone, yeah, the Dorson army, they're outside, and this is what they're capable of doing. They're still going to attack you. They're still going to kill you, so on and so forth. And, okay, that was nice. LF did appear. He said he was going to come back. Ta-da! Perfect timing. You did absolutely nothing, and somehow we still love you for it. Well, I do. You don't have to. I like him for it. Anyways, moving on past that, we are taking to a little cutscene with Shoko, and oh my god, this is all I can say this one more time. Oh my god, Shoko for the fucking wing. Yeah, Shoko for the fucking wing. I said wing, not win, because I'm going for dramatic effect in a bad way. Sorry, I digress. I'll say it the right way just to make you guys happy. Shoko for the motherfucking win. Yeah, Shoko mentions to everyone, I thought this was definitely well worth mentioning. Shoko tells everyone, the Dorson army has, our parents as a hostage, so they're blackmailing us to give them the damn mecha and to basically surrender. So instead of us dealing with this fucking blackmail, let's blackmail the Dorson army. Like, what? How the fuck are you gonna blackmail someone that's blackmailing you? Because we have something they want. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to blackmail the Dorson army by giving the mecha to the ARUS if they don't give us our parents back. I'm like, oh, this is just great. This is great. I love it. And no, it gets better. Shoko turns to the senator and says, well, senator, we're going to need your help, so we need your guys to fight for us. And the senator basically says, no way in hell. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me clean my ears. Then Shoko tells the senator, well, if you're not going to support us, then we may as well just give our mecha, known as Valvrave, to the Dorson army. Yeah, the senator changed his tune and sided with them right away, and I loved it. So apparently the blackmail consisted of the ARUS helping the JIOR in fighting the Dorson army, and I love it. It's a great build-up. Blackmail. Shoko, you're a fucking genius. I don't even know you. Yeah, but you know what the real plan is on the next scene? I love it. So we're taking to a little cutscene with the big plan. I love the plan. The plan. And I'm getting excited. I love all these twists and turns. I love it. So we're taking to a little cutscene with the plan. Apparently the Academy is going to become independent. You heard me. Yeah, the JIOR. This Academy within the JIOR is going to become an independent country. Holy shit. And while they're talking about this in the Academy, about becoming independent, Haruto is outside in his mecha, destroying what appears to be all of these bridges and little ports connecting the Academy to the colony in general, freeing it so it can float free in space. And he succeeds. So the Academy, where the Academy is currently at, is now floating in outer space. And Shoko, she does a little voting thing like the ARUS did in their little council meeting, she has a vote on whether or not to become independent as a country from wherever they're from. And it's unanimous. It's a yes. So their academy is now independent. And they have the ARUS's support because obviously Shoko is blackmailing them. I love it. So now they've already been recognized. They got a senator as a hostage. They got it made. And now they're now that Haruto has removed the module from the colony, they're free. And that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, are you fucking kidding me? Well, okay. Well, first of all, LF, he didn't take this seriously because remember we assumed that LF's prophecy was going to come true, that Haruto was going to side with LF. No, in fact, Haruto, he sides with Shoko, who's also making the peace sign, by the way. I also had to bring that up. I thought, holy shit, this is fucking priceless. Yet again, I love using that word, priceless, because it is. And what makes it even better, what makes this fucking episode the best ever, Shoko not only blackmails one side, she blackmails another side to getting to do exactly what she wants them to do. So, first of all, the Academy, as well as Haruto, is being blackmailed by the Dorsen Army because the Dorsen Army has their parents. Ain't that a bitch? But instead of conforming and saying, okay, here's the mecha, Shoko decides, well, let's blackmail the Dorsen Army. Like, by threatening to give our mecha to the ARUS. And then we're going to threaten the ARUS if they don't side with us. We're going to give the mecha to the Dorsen Army. What? I love it. You're playing both hands. That's going to burn you eventually, but I love where it's going. And to make it even better, you become your own country and you become independent? You've got a senator as a hostage. He can recognize you as an independent country. That's what makes it great. I mean, he has connections with the president. This is perfect. Again, that ends it for my final thoughts. I can't wait to see where this is going to go. As per my rating, are you fucking kidding me? 4.5 out of 5. Come on, fighting was there, somewhat. Okay, not really, but the buildup was there. But the information, somewhat there. Who cares? It was the climax of the blackmailing, the independent country coming up there. Hey, I love where it's going. So, final rating, 4.5 out of 5. And that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Valvrave the Liberator Episode 4. So definitely comment down below, let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, I gotta hit the bricks, and I gotta go. Sadly, I definitely have to go. I wish there was another episode of this, because I would review it right now on the spot. But again, guys, I gotta hit the bricks, and like I said, I gotta go. And before I go, I gotta say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.